After a lot of noise between these teams, and you've uncovered some fascinating news about another way these teams are connected as of this spring.
Our good news all set. A consensus had been reached. The Baltimore Ravens, were planning to select Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round with the 141st overall selection. But when he found out, he got word back to the Ravens that he preferred not to go to a place where he would be competing and backing up Lamar Jackson. He wanted to be in a place that he could play. And so when the Ravens got that message, they pivoted, went a different direction with the 141st overall selection. And 3 picks later, the Cleveland Browns selected Shedeur Sanders, who will be in Baltimore today, where he could have been spending his NFL career if he were willing to back up Lamar Jackson. Preferred not to do that, and so Shedeur Sanders will make that trip to Baltimore today. Could have been a Raven, but he's a Brown, 3rd string on the depth chart.
Schefter, I mean, the intrigue of Shedeur Sanders and the story of that weekend at the draft just sort of never ends. And so here we hear this, that he chose not to go to Baltimore. Teddy, reaction?
Yeah, you want to go somewhere where you compete to be a starter. That's me. I mean, I don't play quarterback, but I hear that. Listen, I just want to go to any team where I can compete, being behind Lamar Jackson, or I just want to be a starter. Where can I compete to be a starter? I think that's what Shedeur was thinking.
Does it make sense to you, Randy, for him to say, Lamar's there, he's going to be there for a decade, it's never a place I'm going to get a chance to play? Do you think it's a sensible choice?
Let me piggyback off of Teddy. You talk about Lamar Jackson's going to be probably retired with this organization. So if the backup does get in, he's in for garbage time. So I can see why Shedeur Sanders made that decision. I want to go compete for a job and get out there and play as a rookie.
I think this is insane, right? Like, if this is true, I think this is crazy, right? At this point, you're in the 5th round. I understand you had higher hopes, but you've dropped to the 5th round, and you're thinking about being a starting quarterback the next year. I think this is incredibly short-sighted. Like, if you're in this situation, you want to go to an organization that is going to develop you, right? Here you have the Baltimore Ravens, the model of stability in the NFL. This regime's been together for how many decades now? And actually has a track record to develop quarterbacks. Joe Flacco, Lamar, right? Instead, you choose the Cleveland Browns because you think you have a chance to start the next year. And mind you, the Cleveland Browns, who are on the opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to stability, right? This is the same organization that walked away from Baker Mayfield as the #1 pick in the draft. What's he gone on to do? Oh, he's only led the NFL in touchdown passes since joining the Bucs, right? How many there's been 700 starting quarterbacks in the last 20 years for the Cleveland Browns. Like, this makes 0 sense. You want to go to a good organization where you can develop and reach your potential.
But Alex, you said a key thing there about they develop quarterbacks. But if you think you don't need to develop, now you're looking for a responsibility. He certainly doesn't think he needs developing. He thought he's going to be the 1st overall pick. So for him, Cleveland made more sense because, and guess what? I wouldn't be surprised by the end of the year if he doesn't start for the Cleveland Browns. Would anybody?
It does no good to go play, field, right? Not in a bad situation. No, you go put bad film out there, see how that does for your career. I mean, it'll be a quick ticket out of it.
It's an interesting juxtaposition between that position and all the others, right? At any other position, you just want a chance, is what you're saying, Teddy. But quarterback is sort of a unique set of circumstances.
You're not going to see the field in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I mean, ever. Why is that a bad thing for a couple years? Because you can't play. No, get out of here.
Lamar Jackson is not a couple of years. I'm talking about maybe 8.
Not even 2. Yeah. As a 5th round pick, he's only signing a 3-year contract, right? You go learn for a few years, you get better at your game. The wake up call of, hey, I am a 5th round pick. I'm not a finished product.
So lastly,
I need to get better.
So lastly with this, if he signed a 3-year deal with the Cleveland Browns, do you expect to see him on the field within those 3 years?
Oh, he probably will.
Okay.
He might.
Okay. So, but if he would have signed a 3-year deal with the Baltimore Ravens, would you expect to see him on the field within 3 years?
I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully Lamar's playing. He plays in the preseason. He gets better every year, and then he goes out and proves himself later when he's more prepared to have success.
And maybe tries to become the next Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield or someone who finds success in their next stop. It's an interesting